Of all the auto brands on the road today, only one has been named the best auto brand for 6 straight years. That brand is Mazda. Come shop and save on the award-winning lineup of new Mazdas right now at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda on Airline.
Hi, business owners. Phase 3. Woohoo! But do your customers know you're back? Well, that's where the Clarence Bug Show and Pelican Broadcasting can help. Right now, we've got great rates on advertising packages to help you get the word out. Shoot me an email at bugsclarence@gmail.com. Or better yet, call me up. I'd love to talk with you. 225-485-6839. Let's get together and make Phase 3 the best it can possibly be.
From appetizers, pasta dishes, and entrees, La Contea takes pride in preparing all the Italian cuisine we know you love. Enjoy live music every Thursday through Saturday from 6 to 9, happy hour weekdays from 3 to 6, and brunch on Sundays from 11 to 2, as well as dinner portion-sized lunch specials for under $10. Visit our website to view our menu and book a party or meeting in our large banquet room. Once you try La Contea, your Italian dining will change forever.
They said I could find you here. Why are you fishing? Our company's got to ship out 2 full color brochures and 20 color copies. You're killing me.
It's done. Designed, printed, packaged, and shipped.
How?
You just got to know the right people. Baker Printing, the printing people.
How come you get to fish in this private lake?
Like I said, you just got to know the right people. You can know the right people too.
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
Hello and welcome to our final edition this week of the Clarence Bug Show. Here's hoping that all is well with you and yours in our absolutely kind of weather outdoors. Thank you, Marty. Now that I know which one we're in, we know where to go. Hopefully you and yours have been able to stay dry, stay safe, and best advice for the next 4 or 5 days, stay abreast of the weather. This is not our first rodeo in South Louisiana with crazy weather. You all are familiar with the old saying, if you ever visit our state, don't like the weather, stick around 10 minutes because it's bound to change. Reading from my friend Steve Caparata's forecast from the CBS affiliate WAFB in Baton Rouge, widespread thunderstorm activity this morning, becoming more scattered by the afternoon as the first of a series of fronts will roll through the area. Severe weather, the threat there is minimal, but don't rule out the possibility of some strong storms. High today will top out in the 60s for most of the morning, but as the day progresses, look for a dip, 50s by late afternoon. Another round of rain expected tonight into at least early Friday, and colder temperatures once again will come in along with the passing of that next front. Thank you, Marty. I don't know where that came from, apparently the truck. Few showers could well linger into Saturday before we get a brief chance to dry out on Sunday. Little north of Baton Rouge and east of Baton Rouge, next round of rain, yep, there's another, coming on Monday, and of course that's in conjunction with yet another cold front. Now the big question is whether or not that precip that we get on Monday will turn into anything frozen before the day is over. Possibility, and the forecast models are still up in the air over this as to whether or not we will get snow, sleet, freezing rain. It's Mother Nature. All of the above are possible. So obviously, staying abreast of weather conditions is vitally important over the next 4 or 5 days. As a result of that, I cannot stress it enough, but I'm also well aware of the fact that we can't drive as Louisianians when it's crystal clear and dry. So weather-related hazards are particularly problematic for those of us that drive in South Louisiana. If you're a local, you already know the problem spots where you live. So govern yourselves accordingly, guys, girls. Increase that following distance. Give yourself a little extra time for the folks in front of you that refuse to signal, disobey the speed limit, the whole nine. Anytime Louisiana law says you are using your windshield wipers, you are obligated to use your headlights. Additionally, when you know that there's a problem area, typically, if you pay attention to traffic patterns, you'll notice we drive by and large based on how others drive. So if most of the traffic on either interstate is doing 10, 15 miles above the speed limit, that's what you end up doing as well. So that being said, if we govern ourselves accordingly, we should, and I stress should, be able to get through this with a minimal amount of disruption on a daily basis. Now, the backside of these expected fronts coming through, and of course the severe drop in temps, will be the need to heat our homes. So far, sadly, our state has recorded 10 fatalities so far in fire-related incidents in homes. In just the past 24 hours, 3 people have died from heating-related accidents. 2 men dying in a house fire Wednesday morning in Cotton Valley. The cause of that fire is still under investigation, but it is believed at this point to have stemmed from a wood-burning stove. Later in the day, a different fire claimed the life of another person in the Hammond area. As you well know by now, I'm sure, space heaters, wood stoves, other appliances, the leading cause of fires and fire-related fatalities in our state during winter. Quick refresher. Use modern-day heaters. If your heater does not have a tip-over switch, get another one. If you can't afford to because of COVID, employment situation, what have you, be sure that you keep it well away from anything that could catch fire. If you are using portable heaters, do not, and cannot stress this enough, right, Marty? Do not plug them into an extension cord. That will lead to overheating and a shutdown and potentially a fire. And I know it's a long-established practice in South Louisiana. Guys, girls, never use your oven as a heater in your home. It is simply not designed to be used that way. We've got enough on our plate trying to make it through unencumbered in 2020 with COVID, with unemployment, with racial strife, political strife, all the other things involved with the reality of the day. The last thing that you and or your family needs is to deal with a fatality or a serious injury because we didn't exercise that common sense after cold fronts come through. It is possible that early next week we could see the coldest temperatures of winter so far. So little due diligence never hurts anybody. And at the end of the day, who knows, the life that you save may be your own or that of someone that you love. Emergency responders got enough on their plate these days without us adding to the workload simply because we didn't stop and use a little common sense in conjunction with the things that we are doing on a daily basis. Hopefully, all concerned will take this to heart, and we will get through early next week. Also, you might want to plan now, today or tomorrow, talk with the boss at work, find out what your contingency plan is for Monday, Tuesday. Last thing you want to do is wake up, didn't realize, oh my God, there's ice on the roads out there today, especially after you hit the brakes and start sliding down I-10 or I-12 like Marty did this morning with all the water on the roadways. The ounce of prevention truly is worth the proverbial pound of cure. Keep that in mind. Let's govern ourselves accordingly, and hopefully we will all be able to say at the end of next week, okay, what's our next challenge? Never enough paper to write a list of challenges that we all face these days, but we as Americans, we do our best work when our backs are up against the wall. We've got our first break of today's show just around the corner. When we come back, going to lighten the mood a little bit with the sports update. We mentioned to you yesterday that the ratings for the NFL and the Super Bowl, the worst in about 13 years. And the bad news for the NFL is that the news doesn't stop there. We also, yesterday, talked about Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban and his decision not to play the national anthem at home games for the Dallas Mavericks. Well, the NBA said, not so fast, Marky Mark. Might need to rethink that decision. Who knows? Maybe, just maybe, the NBA is starting to have a little more realistic view of appreciation for their fans than the NFL. I guess somebody had to lead the way for the other leagues to realize what's in their best interest. NFL, who knows whether they'll learn or not. That remains to be seen. Personally, this weekend, I don't care if they're playing, MLB is playing, NFL's playing. It's NASCAR time, baby. Daytona 500, boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys. Can't get here fast enough for yours truly. Tell you what, we're about a minute early. Let's go ahead and bang this break out. We'll get her done, come back, and talk more on our final edition this week of the Clarence Bugg Show, here and only here on the Pelican. Stay close.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
I'm self-employed and didn't report all my income. They claim I owe a lot more than I do.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
Tax Solutions Now saved my business.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 800-778-4345. 800-778-4345.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystoneCountryClub.com.
Hi, I'm Hurricane Betsy Barnes.
And I'm Dr. Kay Siller with the Rocket Right Show.
We are two busy blondes on the go showing off life in Louisiana.
Watch us on Pelican Sports Network.
And Talk 107.3 FM. Check local listings for times.
Team Honda wants to thank you for once again making us Louisiana's #1 new car dealer by offering you never-before-seen savings. For the first time ever, get 0% financing up to 60 months on some of your favorite Honda models. Get thousands in savings right now at Team Honda on Siegen Lane.
Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Whirlpool savings. Shop now and save on Whirlpool appliances throughout the store. Plus, experience our price match guarantee and ask about special financing.
You can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day.
Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent with nationwide buying power.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
Welcome back to today's edition of the Clarence Bud Show. If you were with us yesterday, you know that we talked about the fact that professional sports becoming so politically charged these days finds itself now suffering through a decline in viewership. It is amazing to me how professional sports seems hell-bent on killing the goose that laid the golden egg. We mentioned to you that this year's Super Bowl, just passed, Super Bowl 55, was the least viewed in the last 13 years. Ironically, for the NFL, that's the good news. The bad news is that the demographic they need more than any other, young viewers, viewers under the age of 49, they are hemorrhaging viewers like nobody's business. According to Sports Media Watch, Super Bowl 55 saw a decline in the viewers 18 to 49 years of age in that demographic for the 9th year in a row. The 2021 Super Bowl lost another 37% of that age demographic over last year's viewing audience. This year's number is on top of a bad trend for the NFL. The game lost of that demographic 43% of young viewers 4 years ago, and that's on top of a 51% decline in 2008. Sports Media Watch also pointed out that conventional wisdom says this massive decline in young voters sends a very troubling sign for the NFL. How many of us over the years, particularly boomers, learned to love the game watching it with our parents? That was part of the American lexicon growing up. You and dad, you and mom, you and the family, watching games, rooting for your favorite team, developing a love, a passion, and an understanding of the game. Well, the NFL, for whatever reason, either cannot appreciate or does not want to appreciate the fact that it's not good business to alienate your core viewership. We are the ones, adults, parents, that would be expected to usher in the new generation of fans watching the games with us. But when you alienate boomers, they're not going to sit down with their kids to watch the game the way our parents did with us. And as a result, you are killing your future viewership. Understanding it's not just viewership, but football in general is something that has found itself under intense scrutiny by parents in recent memory. All the problems with concussions, all the problem with long-term injuries has led now to fewer kids playing football. Forbes magazine noted just last year that according to data from the Aspen Institute and the National Federation of State High School Associations, from 2008 to 2019, the number of kids ages 6 to 18 playing tackle football fell by more than 500,000 across the country. That does not bode well for the future of the NFL. And you would think, conventional wisdom would say, that you would do everything within your power to stay in good graces with your core audience. If they're happy, they sit down and watch your product with their kids, and you groom, quote unquote, the next generation of fans. Apparently, that is not all that big a concern for the NFL as they continue over and over and over again to do the things that alienate the core of their viewership. Meanwhile, the NBA, exercising a little better judgment, my humble opinion only, after Mark Cuban announced that his Dallas Mavericks would not be playing the national anthem at the beginning of games this year. The backlash, as you might imagine, and this guy of all people should understand, bruh, you in Texas. Folks in Texas are some seriously patriotic fans. And for you to take that move, the backlash was swift and it was severe. So now the NBA has come out and said, well, not so quick, Marky Mark. We have a policy that says players should stand, the anthem should be played, and you should be respectful during the playing thereof. Now, understanding individuals are individuals, understanding that it is America and people are allowed to have opinions that don't agree with yours, despite what Congress and Twitter and Facebook and a lot of other people would have you to believe. But that street runs two ways. You have the right to make your opinion known, and when others don't agree with it, they have the right to call you on it. But it's amazing to me how individuals, when dealing with this, continue to shoot themselves in the foot over and over and over again. After all of this backlash came out, the coach of the New Orleans Pelicans just couldn't leave well enough alone. Understanding that this is your core audience, understanding your viewership is down, why not simply respect others' opinions and move on? Coach Stan Van Gundy couldn't do that, tweeting out, quote, "If you think the anthem needs to be played before sporting events, then play it before every movie, concert, church service, and the start of every workday at every business. What good reason is there to play the anthem before a game? That's a hell of a question, Stan. What good reason is there to play the national anthem before a game? Off the top of my head, Coach, I would point to a couple of things. One, showing appreciation, reverence for those, many of whom have given the ultimate sacrifice, so that you and the members of your team can make a living most of us regular folk cannot imagine just for playing a game. Another reason that comes to mind why it could be a good reason to play the anthem before a game is that most of the arenas that you play in, it's American taxpayer dollars who paid for them. It is the sons and daughters of these American taxpayers who, if you were to ask many of them, don't agree with the tax incremental financing that you got to build that arena, for the sales taxes that working folks pony up to pay for these facilities, and the fact that it's hardworking American taxpayers who spend their disposable income supporting you. But Stan Van Gundy apparently believes there's no good reason for playing the anthem before a game. And you wonder why your viewership is doing that? Some of us never learn, I guess. Some of us just never learn. Sometimes, what's the old saying, Marty, the old folk taught us? Sometimes it is better to be thought a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. Some of y'all ain't gonna get that till later, but that's okay, long as you get it. Bottom of the hour break. Let me bang this out. I should have gotten with the folks in the truck ahead of time to do a week's ending edition of Now That's Just Stupid. Gorilla Glue, hadn't seen the last of it yet. And of course, it's another Louisianian with Gorilla Glue that's all over the internet for doing something that's just downright stupid. Let me get this break out of the way. That's up next on the Clarence Bugg Show, only on the Pelican.
Got termites? Get Premier Pest. PremierPestServices.com.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Jaguar Nation, we need your help in masking up Louisiana.
Masking up us slows the spread of COVID-19.
During this time, we must continue to wear a mask.
Wash your hands and practice social distancing.
It's important that we continue to abide by the CDC's guidelines to stop the spread.
Jaguar Nation, we challenge you to mask up. Go Jags!
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
Caught spiders? Premier Pest Services.
On January 26, 2021, respectively, Pelican Broadcasting Network, LLC, licensee of KPBN LD, Channel 14, RF Channel 14.2, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, filed an application with the Federal Communications Commission for renewal of its broadcast license. Members of the public wishing to view this application or obtain information about how to file comments and petitions on the application can visit www.fcc.gov/station search and search in the list of KPBN LD's filed applications. Welcome back to today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. The headline, among others, and I haven't had the opportunity to look at a wide range of media sources so far, but the headline for the NBC affiliate, Fox 44 NBC affiliate, reads, "Not again. Gorilla Glue Challenge sends Louisiana man to the ER." You all, I'm sure by now, all know about Miss Tessica, who decided that she loved her hairstyle so much, she didn't want it to change, she didn't want to mess it up. She was out of hairspray, the holding spray, but she had some spray Gorilla Glue. So homegirl decided, okay, this will work, hold it in place. As you might imagine, it's not coming off, not easily. The story has gone absolutely viral. I was trying to remember the last number of views for the story, but it's well into the millions. Well, enter Louisiana native Lynn Martin. Lynn Martin has a message for anyone who wants to try the Gorilla Glue Challenge. 3 words: don't do it. In an interview this week, Lynn Martin said that he took the Gorilla Glue Challenge to see if it was as serious as Tessica made it out to be. Well, he found out, yep, it's that serious. This guy decides that if I take a red cup, the plastic drink cups, put some Gorilla Glue on the lip of the cup, put it on my lips, I'll be able to lick it off. Really, bro? Really? After watching Gorilla Glue Girl end up where she is now, you thought it would be a good idea to put it on a red cup because you could, quote, lick it off. Quote, everyone is on social media every day, and there's a new challenge. But I didn't think it would go this far. Really? He says he created this challenge after seeing the viral video of another Louisiana native, Tessica, using Gorilla Glue on her hair. And of course, like Tessica, Martin decides, while I do this, hey, say, bruh, hold my beer and take my cell phone. And of course, posted it to social media. Once he figured out, I can't lick this off my lips. Somebody help me. No one could. So where does he end up? In the ER. So doctors, doing what doctors do, performed what he calls a, quote, painful peeling to get said red cup with Gorilla Glue on it off his lip. He was told by the doctors, was Martin, that if this doesn't heal correctly, then we're going to have to cut off the tip of your lip in surgery. Martin says, quote, this is not the challenge you want to try. Really? Gorilla Glue, by the way, the company, agrees with Martin, releasing the following statement, quote, our spray adhesive states in the warning label, do not swallow, do not get in eyes, on skin, or on clothing. It is used for craft, home, auto, or office projects to mount things to surfaces such as paper, cardboard, wood, laminate, and fabric. Now, I don't know what the thought process centered around for this guy. Normally, when you see something turn out really bad for somebody else, normally that's a warning sign. But no, not for this guy. Meanwhile, to update the situation with Gorilla Glue Girl, she has now launched a GoFundMe page, and a surgeon in California decided this is a $10,000 surgery. But I tell you what, I've seen the video, I see you suffering, I'll donate my services for free. She's now undergone the first of 3 surgeries. And if you've seen on social media the pictures, the video of the surgery, that's enough by itself to convince you you don't want to try this. First of 3, and yesterday we told you the GoFundMe page had raised so far $12,000. Well, it's now up to $18,000. We're in the wrong line of work, Marty. We are certainly in the wrong line of work. Then again, I like my scalp. Then again, I like my lips. So y'all can have it, okay? Just when you thought we couldn't get any dumber, along comes Gorilla Glue. There is a situation in Florida that folks there have been warning us about for quite some time. And like is the case many times, we hear a warning and we don't hear it. And the more sensational it becomes, the more we tend to dismiss it. You've heard for years now concern from folks in Florida that individuals there introducing invasive and non-native species into the environment are threatening the Florida ecosystem, particularly large snakes. A couple of hurricanes over the last decade or so resulted in the release of non-native snake species in Florida. Added to that, the irresponsibility of pet owners that thought, dude, wouldn't it be cool to have a python, to have a boa constrictor as a pet? Not realizing that, hey, I didn't think the thing was going to get this big. What you going to do, man? Well, I can't bring myself to kill it. All right, well, why don't we just turn it loose? Okay, why not? Well, Hardy County, Florida, got a rude wake-up call this week when a family touring their property saw something they couldn't believe. A Burmese python was spotted. After killing this invasive species, they saw it in a culvert, in a pipe. Scared the bejesus out of them. They retrieve a gun, pop him, dispatch said problem. Then they started pulling this puppy out of the pipe. This Burmese python registered 16 feet long and 300 pounds. Now, if you know anything about snakes, particularly constrictors, those that are non-venomous, they secure their meals by constriction, suffocation. You will quickly realize we're not talking about something that equates to a 300-pound human where 200 of it might be fat or flab. A 300-pound, 16-foot-long Burmese python is pure, solid muscle. There is nothing native to the state of Florida, humans included, that could escape this beast if it were to attack. Black bears, alligators, cougars, humans, all native to Florida. None of them would stand a ghost of a chance if that snake were to attack. The really scary part, think how many times this snake may have mated in all the years it's been out there, growing to 16 feet long and 300 pounds. They've been sounding the warning. Sounds like somebody hasn't been paying attention. Final break of the day. We'll get her done. Come back, put that big old pretty bow on this puppy, and wrap up today's edition of the Clarence Bugg Show, here and only here on the Pelican. Stay close.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
From appetizers, pasta dishes, and entrees, La Contea takes pride in preparing all the Italian cuisine we know you love. Enjoy live music every Thursday through Saturday from 6 to 9, happy hour weekdays from 3 to 6, and brunch on Sundays from 11 to 2, as well as dinner portion-sized lunch specials for under $10. Visit our website to view our menu and book a party or meeting in our large banquet room. Once you try La Contea, your Italian dining will change forever.
We're making 2021 the year of savings, and it starts right now at Team Toyota. Come get a new 21 Corolla for just $189 a month, or get a 20 Camry for just $19,995. It's a year full of savings starting right now, right here at Team Toyota.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready, and health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
Welcome back for the final segment of today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. I mentioned to you either yesterday or day before, COVID-19 days now all start to run together, that the second impeachment trial of former President Donald J. Trump was going to be something that most Americans would not pay a whole lot of attention to. They would, catch snippets here and there, but in the grand scheme of things, of the average American's list of things that they're concerned about, for most of us, it wouldn't even make the list. And surveys are out now saying anywhere from only 15 to 20% of Americans plan to follow the proceedings in depth. But what's really interesting is the reaction so far to the Democrats and the spillover to Republicans. As you probably well know by now, U.S. Senator from Louisiana, Bill Cassidy, voted to join Senate Democrats in their claim that impeaching former President Donald Trump is in fact constitutional and that a trial should proceed. If you know anything about Louisianians, being a red state, how they would feel about this, you already know that's not sitting well with a lot of folk. As a matter of fact, the state Republican Party weighing in this week, issuing a statement that reads, quote, "The Republican Party of Louisiana is profoundly disappointed by Senator Bill Cassidy's vote on the constitutionality of the impeachment trial now underway against former President Donald J. Trump. We feel that an impeachment trial of a private citizen is not only an unconstitutional act, but also an attack on the very foundation of American democracy, which will have far-reaching and unforeseen consequences for our republic. We also remind all Americans that former President Trump is innocent of the politically motivated, bogus charges now pending against him in a kangaroo court presided over by an openly hostile political opponent. How far justice has fallen in the short time that Democrats have been in control of the federal government. We salute Senator John Kennedy for remaining steadfast in his opposition to the fake impeachment trial now underway in Washington, D.C. Senator Kennedy has clearly made the right decision once again. I guess ultimately, all of this comes down to one simple core issue. As an elected official, people we elect to serve the interest of their constituency, we had the expectation, maybe for many of us somewhat unrealistically, that all of their decisions will be based upon what is the will of the majority of their constituents. There is ingrained in our society, as a part of our representative republic, that when you elect an individual, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that while you may want them to always represent your interests, there's going to be times where individuals are called upon to vote, quote, their conscience. I will leave to you to decide which is more important. As an individual, you standing on what you believe your principles are, you making a decision based upon how you view the issue at hand, or making your decision based upon what you think the folks that entrusted you with their vote want you to do. There's merit to both arguments. I'll be the first to admit, I was baffled by Senator Cassidy's decision. But then I had to sit down and think about it, saying, okay, Clarence, if you were in that position and you are the one that has said on many occasions, if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. And many times you stand on principle, knowing it's not going to be popular with the majority of people, knowing you can be held accountable for the decision to stand on principle, and knowing that a huge portion of those that elected you did so with the expectation that you will vote based upon what decision is predominant among your constituents. We are blessed to live in a country where equal weight should be given to both sides when entertaining this issue. Now, understand full well, as I'm sure he does, hopefully he does, when you make decisions of that nature, it is the electorate, your constituency, that then has the right to hold you, quote, accountable in whatever way they see fit. Some are of the opinion, well, you got to understand, Clarence, he was just reelected real strongly. He's got 6 years before he will face that Americans, you know we got the attention span of a gnat. They will have all forgotten about this long time before 6 years rolls around. And you may well be right. We do have the attention span of a gnat, particularly with the 24-hour news cycle. Between now and 6 years from now, with COVID and everything else going on, who knows what Americans, and in this case, Louisianians, will still remember. But at the end of the day, I think that there is a reason why the Capitol is called the People's House. I think there's a reason, at the end of the day, why we call them the people's elected representation. At the end of the day, as an elected official, we put our faith in you that when contentious issues arise, you will base your decision, obviously somewhat on your own core beliefs, but just as much, if not more, on what the guys and girls, the majority of them, that elected you want you to do. It's an issue that has been with this country since its founding. And it's unrealistic as Americans for us to expect that an elected official on every single issue is going to vote the way we want them to vote. That's just the reality of the beast. That's what politics has become. I will not begrudge any elected official the right to stand on principle. When we elect you, most of us give you our votes because we think you are a principled individual. So I can't very well denigrate you, castigate you, because you are standing in an issue that I don't agree with you on principle. That does not, however, remove from the equation the fact that I can voice my displeasure with you by voting you out at the next available opportunity. It's one of those marvelous things in this country that runs both ways. You've heard me say many times, NBA, NFL, you have the right to kneel for the anthem. You have the right to walk off the court. But I've got the right to grab that remote and change the channel. Woo, Marty, this is going to be real close. All right, here we go. This day, just like any other, I give it to you. You're right, America, we are not perfect, but doggone it, for my money, it's still the best there is. And God knows there's no place else on his green earth that I'd rather be. Speaking of the good Lord, you realize he loves you, right? And I hope you know that I do too. Then again, ain't a doggone thing you can do about either one. Take care of yourselves and each other. Stay safe. God bless.